We appreciate you returning to American Legends losses. We included all the wonderful people who passed away on August 26, 2024. In this memorial video today marks the passing of these well-known individuals who made significant contributions to their works. Please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. Donald Ralph Wirt was born on July 29, 1938, in Strasburg, Pennsylvania. Born into a small town, Don quickly became passionate about baseball, a sport that captivated the attention of many young boys in that era. His talent was evident from an early age, and he pursued the sport throughout his childhood and into his teenage years, playing in local leagues and for his high school team. Wirt's commitment to baseball paid off when he was signed by the Detroit Tigers, making his Major League Baseball debut in 1963. His entry into the major leagues was the result of years of hard work and determination, and he rapidly established himself as a valuable player for the Tigers. Wirt was known for his defensive prowess at third base, and he quickly became a fan favorite in Detroit. Wirt's steady glove and clutch hitting were valuable assets for the Tigers, especially during their 1968 World Series championship run. That season, Wirt played a pivotal role, both in the regular season and in the playoffs, helping the Tigers secure their first championship in over 2 decades. Aside from his defensive prowess, Wirt was a reliable hitter who came through in clutch situations. His work ethic and quiet leadership earned him the respect of his teammates and coaches, making him a valuable figure in the Tigers clubhouse. Following a successful career with the Tigers, Wirt played briefly for the Washington Senators before ending his professional baseball career. Don Wirt's legacy in baseball is one of quiet excellence. He was a player who did his job day in and day out, without much fanfare but with a level of skill and professionalism that set him apart. On August 25, 2024, Don Wirt passed away at the age of 86. The baseball community mourned his death and remembered him not only for his contributions on the field but also for the kind and gracious person he was off it. After retiring, Wirt remained active in the game, often taking part in old-timers games and coaching young players. On December 16, 1960, Sidney Raymond Eudy, better known as Sid Vicious in the professional wrestling community, was born in West Memphis, Arkansas. Sid had a strong interest in sports from an early age, particularly basketball, which he was very good at because of his enormous height and athleticism. But ultimately, wrestling would define his career and establish him as a household name among fans of the sport. Sid started his career in wrestling in the mid-1980s, quickly making a name for himself in various wrestling promotions, including the Continental Wrestling Association and World Championship Wrestling (WCW). His early years in wrestling were marked by rapid ascent as he became known for his intense in-ring style and commanding presence, characteristics that would define his career. Standing at 6'0" with a muscular physique, Sid's imposing presence made him a natural fit for the squared circle, where larger-than-life characters are celebrated. Sid's career took a major turn when he signed with the World Wrestling Federation (WWF), where his intense demeanor and in-ring dominance earned him the nickname Psycho Sid. Fans connected with Sid's unpredictable and aggressive nature, which was evident during the peak of the 1990s wrestling boom. Sid was a force in the ring, mastering his size and strength to overwhelm opponents and emerge victorious in every match. A testament to his popularity and skill, Sid won the WWF Championship twice, which demonstrated his success in the organization. Sid's matches were frequently the main event, drawing sizable crowds and high television ratings, cementing his status as one of the top stars of the era. However, Sid's career was not without its difficulties. In 2001, during a match in WCW, he suffered a horrific leg injury that left him with a compound fracture, shocking and upsetting the fans. After suffering a career-ending injury that sidelined him for years, Sid continued to wrestle and showed his love for the sport. Fans eagerly awaited his sporadic returns to the ring, as one of wrestling's most iconic figures would return. Outside of the ring, Sid was known for his love of softball, frequently playing in local leagues. This passion for the game reflected his competitive nature and his desire to stay active, even when he was not in the wrestling ring. Sadly, on August 26, 2024, Sid Eudy passed away at the age of 63. His death marked the end of an era for a wrestler who, despite his ups and downs, left an indelible mark on the industry with his larger-than-life persona and unforgettable performances. The famous pop diva Mariah Carey was born into a family that would see its fair share of successes and setbacks. Her mother, Patricia Hickey, was born in Springfield, Illinois, on February 15, 1937. Her family had a long history in music, and Patricia's love of music had a significant influence on Mariah's life. Patricia was a former opera singer and vocal coach, and she instilled her love of music in her children, especially in Mariah, who would go on to become one of the greatest recording artists of all time. Mariah's older sister, Allison Carey, was born on May 25, 1962, in Huntington, New York. Despite these challenges, Allison and Mariah shared a deep familial bond, although it was frequently tested by the pressures of fame and personal hardships. Allison's life was a stark contrast to Mariah's. While Mariah enjoyed worldwide fame and success, Allison faced numerous personal challenges that kept her out of the public eye. Patricia's marriage to Alfred Roy Carey, Mariah's father, ended in divorce when Mariah was only 3 years old. Despite this, Patricia remained a strong presence in her daughter's life, supporting her ascent to superstardom. Their complicated relationship was a reflection of the complexities of family dynamics, especially when fame and its associated pressures are involved. Tragically, Patricia and Allison passed away on the same day on August 24, 2024. Patricia, at the age of 86, passed away peacefully in her sleep after a long life in which she watched her daughter achieve extraordinary success. Allison, at the age of 61, succumbed to complications from her long-standing health issues. Patricia's death marked the end of a life that had been dedicated to music and to supporting her daughter's career. Mariah was devastated by the simultaneous loss of her mother and sister. Despite her fame and success, Mariah faced the harsh reminder that even in the glamorous world of celebrity, no one is immune to the pain of losing loved ones. Mariah's grief was made even more acute by the fact that her relationship with both of her mother and sister had been fraught with challenges. Scott Thorson was born on January 23, 1959, in L.A. Cross, Wisconsin. His early years were characterized by a number of difficulties, including a turbulent upbringing that would influence his later years. In the late 1970s, Thorson met the well-known and colorful entertainer Liberace, and the two quickly got into a romantic relationship, exposing Thorson to the opulent lifestyle that came with being Liberace's partner. Thorson had always struggled with his identity and self-worth, so this encounter was a sharp contrast to his earlier years. The pressure of maintaining this relationship, coupled with the demands of living in Liberace's shadow, took a toll on Thorson. Their relationship eventually ended in a highly publicized legal battle, with Thorson suing Liberace for palimony, a case that was settled out of court. The breakup and subsequent legal battles marked the beginning of a downward spiral for Thorson, who struggled with addiction and legal issues in the years that followed. In 1988, Thorson published a memoir, Behind the Candelabra, detailing the difficulties of their relationship. Scott Thorson, who lived a life on the edge, with moments of fame and infamy defining his existence, passed away on August 16, 2024, at the age of 65. Despite periods of sobriety and attempts to turn his life around, Thorson's later years were marked by continued struggles with the law and health problems. The memoir was later adapted into a successful HBO film, which brought Thorson back into the public eye. The film, which starred Michael Douglas as Liberace and Matt Damon as Thorson, was widely acclaimed, and Thorson's story became a topic of conversation. Despite the difficulties he faced, Thorson's story remains a compelling narrative of the complexities of love and fame, and the price one pays for living in the limelight. His death marked the end of a life that, while often troubled, was undeniably fascinating and intertwined with the glittering world of celebrity. Thorson's life story is one of love, loss, and the pursuit of identity in a world that often demanded conformity. His relationship with Liberace, and the fallout that followed, was a microcosm of the larger struggles he faced throughout his life. Rob Pitts is a well-known automotive enthusiast and YouTuber who was born in Greenville, South Carolina on August 27, 1979. Rob's father, who was also an enthusiast, encouraged his interest in cars from an early age. Rob was particularly fascinated by cars from the golden era of American automotive history. Rob's love for these vehicles became a lifelong passion that defined his career and made him a well-known figure in the automotive community. Rob's early exposure to the world of cars led him to pursue a career in the automotive industry, where he worked as a car dealer, specializing in classic and vintage automobiles. His knowledge of cars, combined with his charismatic personality, made him a popular figure among car enthusiasts. Rob had a knack for storytelling, often sharing the history and unique features of the cars he dealt with, which endeared him to clients and fellow car lovers alike. Together, they would spend hours working on cars, learning the ins and outs of various models, and developing a deep appreciation for the craftsmanship and history behind each vehicle. Rob's proficiency in automotive history and his ability to engage with others made him a highly sought-after authority in the field. In 2017, he started the Rabbit's Used Cars YouTube channel, where he shared his experiences, tales, and insights into the world of vintage cars. Rob's genuine, approachable style and extensive knowledge of automotive history drew viewers in, and his videos went beyond a simple discussion of cars to include the people who owned them, the stories behind them, and the surrounding culture. Rob's special talent for bringing history to life allowed him to elevate each vehicle from a machine to a work of living history. Rob was a well-liked figure in the automotive world, known not only for his knowledge but also for his kindness and willingness to help others. Whether it was offering advice on car restoration or sharing tips on how to spot a good deal, Rob was always willing to lend a hand. His content resonated with a broad audience, from seasoned car enthusiasts to those just beginning to explore the world of classic cars. Rob Pitts, 45, died on August 25, 2024. His death was a great loss to the community he had built around his passion for cars, but his legacy lives on through the innumerable videos and stories he shared. Rob's YouTube channel became a place where people could come together to share their love for cars, and Rob was at the heart of that community, fostering a sense of camaraderie and shared passion. Tom Selleck is a well-known actor in Hollywood who is best known for playing Frank Reagan in Blue Bloods and Thomas Magnum in the popular television series Magnum, P.I. Selleck is in his late 70s, but he is still working in the entertainment business in Blue Bloods. He is still playing the stoic and principled New York City police commissioner, a role that has won him praise and a devoted fan base. Off-screen, Selleck leads a relatively private life, dividing his time between his acting engagements and overseeing his avocado farm in California. Fans of the actor appreciate his enduring presence on television and his dedication to his craft, which has made him a staple in American pop culture for decades. Lately, Selleck has been the subject of speculation regarding his health, with some reports suggesting he might be facing age-related issues. However, these claims have not been substantiated, and Selleck himself has not publicly addressed them. He is still working on Blue Bloods, where he plays a central role, and there has been no official word on any plans for his retirement.